This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fluid Form Bio, developing innovative 3D printing living pancreatic tissue to help combat type 1 diabetes. For the first time, you can join this visionary mission. Visit fluidformbio.com or their page on Start Engine to learn more about this exciting work.
Pattern Predictions every Monday looks out over the next 2 weeks. Matt and I just sat down together and took a look at the pattern through the middle of May, and we've got lots to break down today. How things may shake out on our app and change and be tweaked over the coming couple of weeks as well. Our app, by the way, free on the App Store and Google Play. Height to 500 millibars. The colors representing a layer of the atmosphere, the cooler blues and purples, a colder layer, and the oranges representing that warmth. Two distinct features on the map that we talked about last week, and to kick off insights this week too. Two upper level lows. We are under the influence of the main one that will be shifting over us in the coming days and then get kind of reinvigorated and reinforced for Friday into Saturday with another disturbance coming out of Eastern Canada. The hope here, as I play things through for the weekend, is that by Mother's Day on Sunday, that low will depart east. The only issue and thing we'll have to watch for Mother's Day itself is there's still some energy that's close by on Sunday. So there may be an increased risk of some showers, particularly the farther north you go on Mother's Day. So that is one change that we may see, even though there's a fairly low risk right now. And right now, Sunday looks like the better of the two weekend days. We'll watch that closely. The next thing after that is for Sunday into next week. We see a big upper level low and a trough digging out of Alaska that's going to dig into the Pacific Northwest. Trough promoting a ridge over much of the eastern 2/3 of the country, which would also mean a shift to some warmer than normal temperatures, particularly for the middle and end of next week. Only thing we're going to watch too is that there's some leftover energy still around, believe it or not, from this week. And that may also promote some additional showers or thunderstorms that come into play with the warmth that builds in. Towards the end of the period, so next weekend, the 17th and 18th, we're kind of on the edge of some of that warmth, but it's a fast flow. So there may be some disturbances, fast moving ones that come in that elevate the risk, at least for some precipitation as we head towards the end of the period as well. Now at the surface, you see a lot of oranges on the map. Where's the cool spot, particularly on Sunday here in New England and in the Pacific Northwest, some warmth in the northern plains. So while we do anticipate a cool kind of raw stretch much of this week, we should see a little bit of a rebound through midweek, and then again towards the tail end of the weekend, perhaps after that rain comes through Friday and into Saturday. You see a lot more oranges showing up for the middle and end of the week, particularly in the eastern 2/3 of the country. A lot of warmth building down to the south, and we get into a chunk of that. Highs likely well into the 70s. Could we see some 80s for the middle part of next week? Not out of the question. Again, that one thing we'll watch is some of that leftover upper level energy that may create some showers and thunderstorms. That would obviously dampen the temperatures just a little bit, make it a cool shot of air. And Matt talked about that in the monthly forecast that may come back into play briefly towards the end of the period. When we say cooler than normal, though, just by a few degrees, it doesn't look like a cold snap that comes in. So related to frost dates, we told you that really a lot of central and southern New England, we are in the clear here, kind of stick to the average last frost dates in terms of planting. The farther north you go, it's typically mid to late May. Now, northern New England, far northern Vermont, New Hampshire, and northern Maine, I don't think we're totally out of the woods just yet. As you see, the overnight lows are generally in the 40s and 50s. In fact, much of next week with some of that warmer air coming in, even the overnight lows will be in the mid to upper 50s. Thursday night into Friday, and then again a Saturday night into Sunday. Even though New England-wide average is in the 40s, the far north country may have a few pockets of frost, particularly in northern New Hampshire and northern Maine. So that's one thing to keep in the back of your mind. Precipitation forecast, actually not much in terms of total precipitation over the next 10 days in portions of the northern plains and Midwest. That's kind of the area that you see here on the map that doesn't have a whole lot. There will be rounds of thunderstorms down across the south with that upper level low that we took a look at that will sink southward. For us, most of our wet weather comes over the next several days and then gets kind of reinvigorated for Friday and Saturday with that next round of moisture that comes up. So widespread totals, 2 to 4 inches across much of New England with some locally higher amounts, like we took a look at in Insights, particularly across the lower Connecticut River Valley and down through Connecticut and Rhode Island. In terms of precipitation chances, now it's high the next several days with the wet weather that comes in. It does dip back down for the start of next week. 15% on Mother's Day, may get bumped up a little bit as we get closer to the date, particularly the farther north you go, with some of that energy still over us. And then next week, it's about a 20 to 30% chance, bumping up a little bit as we head into next weekend, and particularly the 18th and 19th, again, with that trough that may try to dig in just to our north and perhaps bring some cooler temperatures. So we'll watch it all for you, of course, keep you posted on the very latest. And if you want to shop our merchandise, don't forget, you can head over to swag.onedegreeoutside.com. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you with more weather tomorrow morning.